Yes, yes, yes. Definitely shout out for the super levels. Hey, definitely. Hey, if you got that Fupaa, go ahead and hey, you might as well eat the cake. Okay, listen, shout out. Okay, so y'all doing the damn thing.
Hey, welcome to episode 6 of the Fupaa Lover Lounge Show. This is your host, the Fupaa Man Lover. And right here with me, we have Flame Goddess. And she talk about her business, Flames of Temptation, and how she got started making body part candles. So you might want to check this out.
So can you introduce yourself to the public?
Yes, my name is Flame Goddess of Flames of Temptation, LLC. And I am creator and owner of Erotic Candles, novelty, which is also a novelty, and you should also use it for spell work. My shop concludes of adult toys and lingerie and non-piercing jewelry, and also as well of selling spiritual items such as shades, self-care such as actual crystal yoni wands, and things of that sort.
So talk about how did you get started with your business?
Yes, pretty much. I started over half a year ago, back in September, and I wanted to do candles at first. And I'm a type person that I like to be unique and do something different. And I wanted to create candles that actually sticks out. And what a better way to create erotic candles? So, of course, my candles contain and I'm going to be very detailed when I speak about my candles, of half nude breasted candles, and of course I have dick candles, skull candles, I have pussy candles, of course, and so that really stuck out to me, and I've been creating them ever since then, and I pretty much started growing into of doing different things that pertains to my candles, and of course, what's a better way to add to it, such as toys and other things of that sort. And I mean, hell, sex is our everyday of life, so why not just represent it? I mean, really.
Okay. Did the idea just came out of nowhere for you to do that?
To be honest with you, yes. I needed to I've been looking for a pathway to start my own business beforehand, and I couldn't put a finger on what exactly at the time. But when it came to candles, that was just the better way to start my business, because I pretty much did my research on them. I, of course, just like everyone else, looked on YouTube of how candles are supposed to be done, and I'm like, well, hell, if they can do it, then I can do it too. And just at first it was tricky, first off, but after a while I got the hang of it. So because I'm a Gemini, and as most people know, Geminis, we often think things from thin air and put it to use, and definitely to creative use as well, to make it unique.
Did you start creating jewelry around the same time you started with the candles?
Actually, jewelry and the other items I don't create by hand. I use my vendor, which is by Carly Jane. I use her as my wholesale for my non-piercing lip and my nose cuff jewelry.
So when you told people that you wanted to start your own erotic scented candles, did people take you seriously?
Yes. Due to the circle that I have, they definitely took me seriously, because they always know I'm always looking for growth, and especially of my entrepreneur path, because I've always been saying, hey, I want to start my own business. And so with the supportive sister that I have, they was like, hey, let me, when you going to start selling them so I can go ahead and buy me a candle? So definitely, yeah, they definitely took me seriously. I highly advise, if you're not with a circle that don't take you seriously, then you need to create a whole new circle, because my thing is, if you're trying to move forward, you ain't got time to be moving back.
That's a fact. So for people that want to start creating candles, what do they have to do first?
Research. Know your candles. Know what kind of type of wax that you're going to use, most importantly, because my thing is, if you're going to use short candles, then go towards short candles for longer lit candles, if you're trying to go for paraffin wax, such as which is normally used for pouring candle wax for sexual pleasures. If you're trying to go towards that way, definitely go lean towards that way. But like I said, I mean, at the end of the day, research is research. Even if you gotta get a mentor or learn from somebody, do your research. Don't just start on something and you don't know your own product.
So did it take you a long time to get everything right?
No, it only actually took me a few weeks. I purchased some molds as a start-off point, just to see how it works and see if it's like, okay, is this something that I'm really going to like? And it didn't take me long at all. I mean, I say I made about first or second tries attempts on my candles, and after a while, the more I start making them, the more I do better. I continue to do better on my candles, and I'm still crafting my own craft of my candles. So, and just like any other artist, we're still is learning and still is growing. So, it don't take long. If you're really passionate about something, it don't take long.
So as far as like making shapes, like how you make dick candles and pussy candles and titty candles, do you have to get like some type of molder or something like that?
Of course, yes, sir. Most certainly. If you're trying to customize a mold, I know that costs over $600 to make to actually get the actual equipment and the proper products for you to create your own customized mold. But yes, you do have to. If if there's a specific mold that you're trying to use, I usually purchase them online from my unique vendors.
So what size do you actually make your products?
I'll say the biggest and the heaviest one that I have is the Goddess of Curve candles, and that's the naked candle that I have that you will see primarily on my social media. That's the one that's the voluptuous, with the curves, with the booty, with the breasts, and body. That's the most heaviest and the biggest one that I have. Everyone else is concludes from large to my smallest candle is my titty breast candle. That's my tiniest one that I have. Mm-hmm.
So should people expect to see some like real big booty candles soon?
We will see. I mean, if anybody would like to volunteer for me to, sculpt the booty, then hey, I'll definitely will consider it in the near future. You're not the first one to ask me that, actually. Booty is everything, right?
So do you make your own toys as well?
No, I definitely purchase them from my own different wholesaler vendors. Excuse me. I just started purchasing and have my actual rose quartz crystal yoni wine, and I just received it in package not too long ago. I already sold 2 already, and I have 4 left in stock so far, and so because the next items I will be getting will be more dildos, the regular dildos that y'all will typically see like anywhere else and whatnot. But of course, my focus will be going towards the crystal natural items and whatnot, because my thing is if you're using it towards within your body, it's really highly important to have something that's natural and that's made actually for you. So, and everybody's going more towards holistic anyways. So
when you say yoni, could you explain that a little bit more, please?
Of course, most certainly. Yoni is pretty much another word for pussy. So basically, if you hear, some people it's mostly hear it from yoni steams. Sometimes they call it bee steams. But yoni has been used for a very long time. And that's really more of a natural word instead of saying pussy. Whenever I want to say pussy, I actually say yoni, because I feel more comfortable with it, and whenever I say yoni, it makes me feel powerful. It makes me feel more confident, and it makes me feel like a goddess. So that's what yoni means. That's what yoni is. So, but and actually, honestly, if somebody were to come and approach me like, "Hey, let me touch your yoni," actually, that makes me more wedded than a person actually saying pussy, because it's different. So
That's something new. Okay. So since you started, have you attended like any pleasure parties or pop-up shops?
I have attended as a and it was a first for me as a vendor to a swingers party that was located in Durham last November. That was my first one. I actually hosted a actual wet and sexy pop-up shop that was located in Norfolk, Virginia. And pretty much what I mean by that is that's pretty much while you shop, you're also getting some play in the mix, meaning if you're trying to get some oral out the deal, you can do it all at the same time and all at the same location. That was that particular pop-up was about. And now I'm about to host my second event in Durham in November for my Gods and Goddesses of the Erotic Runway / following with a BDSM and lifestyle after party. So you're getting a chance to go see a show, and after that, if you want to play, you have more of the freedom to do so. So, yeah, so they're pretty much, and I do plan on having, I do plan on hosting a actual BDSM themed adult party. So, same thing, you get to get dolled up and dressed up, and why spend money in the hotel room when you can do it at the party?
All right. So when you say BDSM, because you have a lot of people that's not familiar with that, can you explain what that is?
Bedroom dominatrix submission master. Basically, and I'm going to get to the basics. Basically, the movie 50 Shades of Grey, it pretty much explained the basic of a dom and a sub, but it wasn't the actual realistic of how a dom and a submission goes, because even everybody in the community actually hated that movie versus loving the movie. And because it didn't really show of, like I said, it didn't really show the true meaning of a dom and what a dom supposed to act like and what a sub supposed to act like. So basically what a dom is basically someone that is your, I wouldn't necessarily your master, but someone that is your dominant, that tells you what to do sexually, restrain you, if you will, and whatever rules that you and that person as a sub agree upon, you get to do those things. Say, for example, my husband and I. My husband, it wasn't before I was a dom. I was a dom before I met him, but since I met him and he, is into the same thing that I do, me being with him, he's my dom, but in the bedroom wise, and I'm his sub in the bedroom wise. So, of course, we get to do explicit activities in the bedroom, such as restraining me and holding me down and things of that sort. And it's a very deep rabbit hole. It's a very deep rabbit hole. And I do believe I made a post the other day, not too long ago. I pretty much made a post like, if you honestly don't know what BDSM means in 2022, you need to do your homework. Like, you really need to do your research, especially if you're trying to go to that path. Because, we're in the whole year now where people are exploring different things and get to know different things of that sort. And just, majority of people that not knowing that, and especially if you're trying to, if you will, play in the game, You need to know your stuff. You really need to know your stuff. I mean, at least the basics, at least.
So, have you? How many parties have you attended to BDSM? I mean, if you did.
I'll say I have tended in my single life. I have tended a couple that was out of state. I know there's, a couple in North Carolina that's usually hosted by events and whatnot. But and especially Fayetteville, of course, they already have their club, their lifestyle club down there. But I usually go. I used to go out of state for a few parties and whatnot. I used to have my kinky teacher a couple years ago that basically taught me the ways of BDSM and things of that sort. And the fact of I've always been interested in it. It's just I at the time couldn't never find anybody that was into it. So when I found my kinky teacher at the time, he taught me a few things and made me understand a few things as well. So I had my fun back in my day.
Okay. So it's always been with men or women also?
Men. I've always been bi-curious with women, but I never have found a perfect candidate to explore with at the time. So now that I'm married, it is what it is, but I'm not the same. I mean, me and my husband, if there's a girl that's walking around with a big old booty, big old titty, we both look in the same direction. We're like, hey, man, you seen that? He's like, you agree with me? You know what I'm saying?
So how wild do the parties get? I mean, from the time you do attend.
Oh, it can be very wild, and also depending on what night you go to. It's pretty much almost like going to a club. If you go on in a club on a Saturday night where mostly people is available, of course you're going to see all types of action. You're going to see people either doing oral, actually fucking, or actually having an actual BDSM scene, or things of that sort. So it can vary. It can vary. You never know what kind of night you're gonna have when you attend.
So have you sold at strip parties, or do you plan to?
Oh, I do plan to. Actually, I'm putting together a sexy party / bachelor or bachelorette party package together right now. I'm in search of some male and female strippers at this point in time right now. So, oh yeah, it's coming. It's definitely coming. So I don't know why you're in my head, but it's coming. It's like, how did you know?
So do you have a website where you sell your products?
I do. It's still under construction right now, but it is flamesofTemptation.com, and I am on majority of the social media platforms such as TikTok, Flame Goddess 69, Instagram at Flame Goddess _69, and I'm also on Facebook as Flame Goddess as well.
So what other places are you planning on hitting that you like to hit that you haven't reached out yet?
Well, I, of course, want to hit all of the majority of the East Coast as much as possible. My first stop was Virginia. My next stop, as I mentioned, will be Atlanta, sometime geared for sometime next year. And the next one after that probably would be either DC or Baltimore. So, like I said, I'm going to hit up all East Coast. I want to make sure all of them know my name and my business name and my products. And once I get that accomplished, West Coast will be next. Pretty much, I want to make sure that I'm sorry. Pretty much, I want to make sure that pretty much in the back of your mind, you call out, oh, Flame Goddess, to the point that you're probably going to be moaning my name. So, yeah.
So you have a huge event in November. Do you mind talking about that?
Oh yes. It's pretty much going to be all the sexiness, eroticness, all of the sexual desire that you plan on having the attentions of. It's going to be all right there in that event, following with the BDSM lifestyle after party. So pretty much, and like I say, it's going to be all in the same venue at the Studio of Monteith off of Guest Road in Durham. So pretty much, you get the chance to watch the show, and after the show's over, if you plan on seeing somebody and getting your groove on, if you will, you can do it all at the same time.
Let's just say people getting on at the parties. Did that turn you on seeing that?
It all depends on what they're doing. At that point, I know there'd be a couple of voyagers there. What a voyager is pretty much watchers, if you will. It all depends on what they're doing.
Okay.
It all depends on what they're doing. So if it's something that fits my fancy, then yeah, possibly.
Okay.
But I'm also not only watching that, but I'm also watching the safety of others, because that is definitely will be the number one thing that I'll be looking at, because I'm gonna just put it out there. There are some people that will be going to those kind of events, and not just to my event, but just any kind of event of that sort, that will go there and not go there with the best intentions. So, yeah. But like I said, safety would be my number one, and of course security would be there at all times. So
I can imagine how many people will be inside.
I'm expecting at least 50 to 60 people.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
I expected it'd be more than that.
I bet you. I'll you know what? I think you're right, because I'm already having people asking like, when the flyer gonna be ready? When it gonna be ready? I'm like, well, hold on now, hold on. It's coming, which it will be. The flyer will be ready by within the first week of August. So once the flyer's ready, then people can go ahead and purchase their tickets to have some fun.
Okay. I've never been to one, but the stories I hear from New York, I mean, that'd be low budget, so. But I just hear it'd be like a lot of people inside, so.
Of course, yes. But definitely, if you're available during that time, you are more than welcome to come check me out and see what I got going on. I'm quite sure it'll be up to your expectations, as I hope.
Yeah, most definitely. It's got to be next year, though. But I'm planning on doing dollar exploring.
Not a problem. Not a problem.
So what else do you have going on?
Oh, that is all that I have going on at this point in time. But oh yeah, one little thing. I forgot. I don't know why I forgot about this important thing. But I do have a parcel brick and mortar to place my products at this location. It's at the Aza Beauty Studios that's located in Raleigh. And they open Monday through Friday, and they open from 11 to 5 p.m. And you are more than welcome to check out my products and the other vendors' products that's placed up there as well. It's pretty much a perfect brick and mortar, especially for me, because I do plan on in the near future planning on having an actual physical store in the near future. Right now, I'm pacing myself in doing research as best as I can, because I want to make sure that the location of my store is at a location where I know the majority of the community will attend to. I'll get the attention that I need in order to get the customers that I will need and things of that sort. So there's that. And I will be starting my erotic after-hours story time events, which my first one will be on August 19th for $5. So pretty much this be perfect for date night, perfect for your girls to come in to have girls night if you're not in the mood to go to no club, and if you're just trying to get away from it all just for that one night. It's BYOB. You feel free to bring your own wine bottle or champagne bottle. Light hors d'oeuvres will be served and things of that sort, and it's all only for $5 for your entry. So you can either pay for it online to my Cash App, which is FlameGod69, or you can feel free to pay at the door. So it's from 10 to 11. I can't, like I said, looking for a laid-back kind of night for some sexiness. You're more than welcome to come, and it's at the same location of my parcel brick and mortar, which will be at the Aza Beauty Studios in Raleigh. And you can come in lingerie, come in your PJs, or just simply come as you are. So, but for right now, that is all that I have up my sleeves for right now. But sometimes you can't reveal all your secrets, right?
That's a fact. Well, I just want to go back to the sex toys for 1 minute. Just like, do you plan on making your own sex toys?
No. Well, you know what? I'll take that back. Maybe. Maybe. It might be a possibility. It would have to be where I would have to do more research on that aspect of how to make one. So who knows? Maybe you never can tell what the future may hold.
That's true. I can see you doing that. That's why I asked.
These are facts. Because the way my mind is, yeah, that's why I'm not gonna say no. I'm gonna say maybe on that.
So how could people reach out to you?
They can reach out to me to my social media, or the ones that I mentioned, or they can reach out to my phone number, which is 919-704-3388, Flame Goddess. So, and just feel free to leave me a message and let me know about your inquiry. We can definitely speak about that. So, hey, I'm out there. My page, all of my social media is public. So, if you have a question about an item or anything else, feel free to hit me up. Don't be shy.
So any advice for people who want to start their own business in that kind of field that you're in?
Definitely, definitely just have the confidence or build up the confidence in order for you to do things like that. And definitely, and I'm not going to lie, people are going to talk. People that's not in that kind of lifestyle and that's like a Bible thumper, if you will, some of them may be against that. But my thing is, you got to pretty much give out the middle finger of it all and be like, fuck it. Hey, this is what I want to do. This is my passion. This is my drive. I love it. When I sleep, eat, or whatever I do, this is all I think about. Like, if this is what you want to do, go for it. Because my thing is, life is too short to be just relying on anyone or just please people. Do something that makes you happy. Because I never realized when I started my candles that it was going to take me this far. And like I said, I literally just started a half a year ago, back in September. September coming up will be my year. And I've already, I'm not up to like 5,000 cake followers on my social media, but damn it, I'm getting there. And, you know, and I got a lot of people that keep asking about my products and things of that sort. So, hey, you got to start somewhere. And the same thing with your event. Have an event that relates to your business. You know, do something different. You know, don't just rely on the same thing that people that's been doing for years. Do something different. Do something that makes you stick out. Okay? And like I said, if it makes you happy, like I said, do it. Because nobody else is going to tell you otherwise other than yourself.
Any shout-outs?
Oh, man. Well, I'm gonna keep it brief. I'm not gonna be like one of those people on the awards and saying everybody on the list. But for my top, I definitely want to give a shout out to God, my ancestors, to my late mothers. I thank them wholeheartedly for putting me on this path and continue to give me the strength that I need to go on with this path. I say, definitely shout out to my husband, Vaughn. I love him to death. He's my better half. He is what, you know, he's what continues me to keep pushing me towards my business or what I'm doing. Shout out to my girls. All of them, I can't name them all, but definitely y'all know who y'all are. Definitely my in-laws, my mother-in-law, my sister-in-law, the whole family. And I give a shout out to all of my customers that have purchased my products and provided the support, and I just thank them for supporting me and continue to support me of all the things that I'm doing. And I definitely give a personal shout out to my mentor, Degani. Thank you so much. She has been my mentor for the past going on 3 years now, my spiritual mentor. And I appreciate her for placing me on this path and to continue to make sure that I'm still aligned on what I'm doing. I thank her for that. And I thank everyone. I thank for everyone that's on board and coming on board of what I'm doing and just taking high interest of what I'm doing, because, hey, I believe in that we all got to win, especially within the black community. We all got to win. There's no such thing of, hey, just a competition or whatever. There's no such thing, and it shouldn't be no such thing. We as a whole, if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be here talking to you right now. So we all got to win. So I thank y'all. I thank y'all so much. And I thank my dad for supporting me and continuing supporting me of the things that I do. I thank him. I love him. And, yeah, so before I get too emotional, that's all the shout-outs that I have.